So we're going to start with Sam Mason, who I first met, I think, about a year or so ago when we came across each other online. And Sam and I had a chat a few weeks ago about this amazing film that he's planning to make in Cumbria. So Sam, lovely to have you with us. Just introduce yourself first of all. Tell us a bit about yourself, and then we'll get your slides up, and we'll have those two bits of film ready to go as well. So tell us a bit about yourself first of all.
Awesome. No, thank you, Tom. Yeah, no, I'm Sam. I'm very much a student filmmaker, and I'm currently studying at Bournemouth University. It's really good for using their equipment, and they're very free with letting me bring it up north and make stuff with it, which is where you want to be. I find making films down south a bit tough. Making films up north for me is very freeing. I feel like there's a lot of creatives up here, obviously like you guys, and this is amazing. Um, but yeah, no, I'm studying down south, and this summer we're making a sci-fi short film on the Morecambe Bay. So if any of you have ever been to Grange over Sands, you may have looked out on the Morecambe Bay and thought, wow, it looks amazing. It looks something out of this world. Well, that's sort of, here we go, that's a little poster. So unfortunately, David Kirkbride, who's starring in this, isn't actually starring in it anymore because he's just been cast in a new hit BBC TV show. So unfortunately, he won't be in this, but he's very much becoming our casting director. Um, you know what? If it's possible, would we be able to show? Was it the first clip I sent you? That'd be all right. Yeah, it's of me. Yeah. That'd be amazing. So this is a little promo video that we made, sort of about the film. It gives you a very brief explanation of what it's about, and it sort of shows our passion for the project and who we're working with to make it happen. So yeah, if that's all right.
This is where we'll be making our sci-fi short film this summer. Welcome to the Morecambe Bay. The story follows two astronauts stranded on a deserted, hostile planet. They are humanity's last hope. Their mission is to repopulate this new world or leave its untouched beauty and be the last people to witness it. This is how we're going to make our film. We are with the Bay Search and Rescue, who are helping us make this film possible. And with the collaboration of the Bay Search and Rescue, we are able to come out here and safely film and use their vehicles as part of this production. This is our space shuttle. Whilst we do have the support of the Bay Search and Rescue, we still need your help to make this project possible. If you'd like to know more about our film and how you can help, please go ahead to our fundraising site, which has everything you'd need to know. Help us make our sci-fi dreams possible. You can look around, it is pretty much interstellar, that's what it looks like to me. This is going to be a production that we can allow more northern voices to be involved in. So yeah, if you want to get involved, get in touch. We've already got the location, all we need to do now is make it.
Wow, that's really cringeworthy to watch yourself back.
That's fantastic, Sam.
Awful. So I did briefly mention in that Interstellar couldn't film there. So when Interstellar were doing their location scouting for their, was it the water planet? They came and visited the Morecambe Bay, and the location scout said it's far too dangerous, but it's incredibly beautiful. So we've got the support of the Bay Search and Rescue, who are wanting. So we're going to support them with making them some advertisement, promotional material, and stuff like that, and they will support us by letting us use their equipment and keeping us safe out on the bay. And also, you can see their little buggy. It looks amazing. So we're going to repurpose that and design it to make it more sci-fi-esque. But yeah, that's sort of the brink of it.
And where does your love of sci-fi come from, Sam?
It's honestly, so myself and Herbie, it's really, I can see Simon Sylvester's listening to this call,
He
which is
taught you,
quite,
right?
he did, yeah. So it's, it's quite daunting. How are you doing, Simon? Hope you're all right. But me and Herbie went to the film course that he was teaching at the time, and we come from this area, and so we've always gone on walks and looked out on the bay and literally thought it really could be another world out there. There could be anything out there, and we thought it's a whole set that's built for us, and all we need to do is film it. So what are we going to do? We're going to make something this summer, and that's sort of the dream, I think. Making a northern sci-fi film. Yeah.
Excellent. Now we've got some slides. Sam, do you want to go
Yeah,
through
they're
those?
kind of like it's more of a pitch deck, but we can keep it
Okay, well,
very
let's go through
loose.
that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So awesome. If we could go to the next one. Great. So I really should have. It was the other day that he told me he's not able to do it, but he's just been cast in a BBC drama, so he's not able to do this film this summer. But we've got an amazing. I'm going to keep him secret for now, just in case anything happens. But an amazing actor to replace the amazing David Kirkbride. So this is our story. I'm not going to push you through it too much, but it's the idea is that the Morecambe Bay is an alien hostile planet, and it's humanity's last hope. Their mission is to repopulate the world with these chemical incubator tubes rather than through the natural way. And the idea is to repopulate it after Earth's destruction or after whatever's happened on Earth to preserve the planet's untouched beauty, which I think we have in the Lake District. We just have this incredible untouched beauty in the heart of the Lake District. So could we skip to the next one, please? Sorry. So yeah, this is our team. We're making it in collaboration with an upcoming studio called Studio Tempest in Lancaster. We're also collaborating with the the Bay International Film Festival to help us with distributing it, and also Signal Films as well, who are helping us out with lots of things. It's very much a northern production, and this just shows the amount of people who are doing it for free. We very much can't pay anybody, but because I feel like in this film world we're very much driven by passion and love for the craft, we all want to make something we're proud of, and so lots of people are coming together to work on this, and we are just looking for creative people who want to get in touch and get involved. So yeah, lots of ex-students of the film course as well. Like Rafe Moat actually, he's doing really well for himself. Could we go to the next one, please? Sorry. Awesome. Okay, so if we could go down a little bit. So we're going for some practical effects here. So I briefly mentioned the incubator tubes. Well, we've got an amazing production designer who's designing these very kind of creepy incubator tubes where it seems like a fetus, but it's in a little tube. And the idea is that you would inject this into the ground and hopefully repopulate it. We've not discovered the science yet. We've actually just found ourselves a science consultant to look at the script and make sure we're not going too crazy with our concepts. But we're going for a very practical feel for the film. If we go to the next one, I don't want to linger too long. Oh, that's just my vision for it. So very much the idea is it's a 15-minute short film, and we want to make it feel like it's 15 minutes of Interstellar, 15 minutes of The Martian. So we're giving it that quality and injecting it with that quality. So we've got an amazing team so far. But I think what we're mostly looking for is some help in the art department and being able to make things feel and look more sci-fi-esque and more unique. If we could go to the next one, very much skipping through this. Yeah, the Bay Search and Rescue, absolutely fantastic group of people. You might have seen these vehicles out on the bay. They are all volunteers, and so when I pitched them the idea, they were very much interested because they want to get some more promotion out there about themselves. Because not many people know about them around the UK. So we're going to use their vehicles and yeah, like make them some advertisement, work with them closely. But that's what we're doing is working closely with northern charities and Cumbrian charities and like Signal Film and Media is a art charity. They're very much supporting arts in this area. So even people like the Bay Search and Rescue supporting arts, I think it's brilliant. So it's very much a collaboration with northern creatives. Go to the next one, please. Yeah, Signal Film and Media, absolutely amazing group of people. Again, they're helping us out. It's fantastic. They're an amazing group of people and a charity as well. I don't think there's too much more left on this, to be honest. Oh yeah, and the Bay Festival, they're absolutely fantastic. So I think they're an amazing addition. It's not quite Cumbria, it's Lancashire, but they're a film festival that's gained global accreditation, and people know about it now, and so they're working with us to help distribute and help make this film happen. Um, and yeah, that's sort of why I'm also on this call, is because we want to have more people join in and give us their opinions and thoughts and help us out, help us make something creative. That's sort of the idea, and I think that's the last one, I think.
And are you looking for specific skilled people when you say creatives, etc.? Are you looking for people specifically to do specific things, Sam?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've got a little production designer, but he's working at the back of a garage, which we've all been there. It's it's quite tough, um, but I think we do sort of want help with people who can build stuff. So we actually want to create a little puppeted alien creature, which is only seen very briefly, and so we do want to create some stuff, and also make some additions to the Bay Search and Rescue's vehicles to make them feel a bit more unique and a bit more
Yeah.
different.
Okay.
Yeah,
And there's one other little film that I think we've got from you as well that you
there
sent through
is.
a link
So
to.
this is a sort of location scout, and we looked around a little bit through the Lake District and alongside the coast of the Morecambe Bay, finding the most amazing locations across there. So this sort of shows what we've done so far and what we hope to achieve. But yeah, that'll be amazing to show that.
We'll have a look at that as well. Beautifully shot, and that music is amazing.
So that music's been custom made for us by an amazing composer. He's a student as well. He's at the Guildhall uh, in London learning about music, and I think he produced that with I can't remember. There's so many amazing names of orchestras, but it was like the Guildhall something orchestra, and he produced that as a proof of concept for this film. Because when I sent him the script, he was so passionate about it that he wrote music from what he could imagine. Um, so yeah, no, I'm very happy with it so far. It's going really well.
I'm just going to try and put Simon on the spot. I know Simon's not got a camera with him this morning, but Simon, I don't know if you can hear me and whether you can come off mute. But as Sam is your former pupil, how do you reckon he's doing?
He's doing brilliantly. I mean, he always did when we were at college as well. I mean, he put about 5 years on me with some of the productions that he wanted to undertake, and his final year project was absolutely astonishing. But yeah,
And
he's just always shown so much ambition, so much drive, so much talent, and it's brilliant to see him taking on something of this scope.
and which college was this, Simon?
This was Kendal College.
Okay, great. So Sam, did you go to Kendal College to learn to be a filmmaker, or did that sort of emerge as you were studying there?
Yeah, no, I did. It's amazing to hear Simon, by the way. I'm surprised he's not won a BAFTA yet. He's an incredible writer. Um, but no, I went to Kendal with Herbie. We sort of went as a duo, and I think Kendal College sort of taught us that it's okay to go in your separate paths. You don't have to stay together the whole time. But I'm still dragging him along and making him help me write stuff. But no, we learned so much about filmmaking. I think in the first year, I think we made a film every week or something like that for the first few months. And so when you're making a film every week, you really do learn everything you need to know about making something tight and compact and thought-provoking. So yeah, no, that course was amazing. I loved it so much.
less is more so often. There's lots of ideas coming in chat for you, Sam, which I encourage you to look at in a second. And
Yeah,
also, there's a side conversation going on. Amy started saying, "What's everyone's favourite sci-fi film?" So various people are lobbing in some thoughts there as well, and some ideas about puppets. And Josh at Ragtag Arts got some space that might be useful, says Jane, and various other things. I'm kind of thinking Chris Dennett. He's never busy doing anything. He's obviously got one or two ideas. He just builds things all the time. Anyway, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, Chris. Amy's got a question.
I
Yeah.
love the idea of sand gribblies, though. I think you could have some awesome sand gribblies coming out of there. But yeah, sorry, Amy.
That's all right. Yeah, not a question. Anyway, Sam, just to say that if you've got a call out for anybody specific, if you're looking for props, if you're looking for special effects, if you just want to drop me an email at the CACN address, we can put that out in the newsletter as like a specific call out. We're looking for props, we're looking for this, we're looking for that. So just drop me a line. We can put that in the newsletter that goes out to about 800 people every week. So
that's great. I absolutely will do that then. Sounds fantastic.
Thanks, Amy. Ian.
Hi, Sam. Brilliant. You're putting us all to shame with your enthusiasm, really. I think it's amazing. You're obviously good at gathering people together, I think. One of my colleagues is a Netflix filmmaker based in Manchester. So if you need any gear or advice on how to bring other people together, but it doesn't seem as though you need much of that, but please speak to me and I'll put you in touch with him, and I'm sure you get on like a house on fire. Yeah, his name's
That
Eric.
sounds amazing. So far from what you've said, you've blown my mind.
Well, his name's Eric Knudsen. He's just finished. He did a film in Cumbria called Raven on the Jetty, if you want to look that one up. But he uses a very small crew, so he uses 3 or 4 people. And you might be able to pick up some hints. I'm happy to go out for a coffee with yourself if you're up in Manchester and introduce you to him.
That sounds amazing. This is great.
This is great, Ian. Thank
Where
you.
are you going to be based out of? Is it Grange or the other side? Which kind of area will all your crew be?
So we are what we're sort of trying to do is strike a deal with like a B&B or something, because like I say, we are a northern crew, but we're bringing up 2 southerners who are a camera team. So I sort of pitched this to a camera operator down south, and he thought, that's amazing. I'll do this for free, and I'll bring my first AC as well. So I'm wanting to put everybody in Silverdale, Arnside area.
Right.
That's sort of the idea. But how we do that, I have no idea yet. We're still working at it, striking some deals.
All right.
I
Ian,
have
if you can...
a B&B contact in Arnside. I might be able to do a good deal for you.
Bloody hell, sorry, this is a heck of a morning. No, this is amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Let's definitely stay in touch, Ian.
Okay, cheers, Sam.
Ian, if you drop Sam a line with your address in some way, shape, or form, that'd be lovely. Thank you, Ian. That's really generous, thoughtful help as well. Thank you. Sam, how old are you? Do you mind me asking?
No, it's all right. I'm 19. I'm 20 this year.
All right. So you've got years and years of experience behind you, clearly.
Yeah.
As someone said, you're kind of putting us to shame with your enthusiasm. Good luck with it all. I love, I'm not really a sci-fi person. I used to hide behind a cushion, watching Doctor Who with my sister, etc., etc. And I know there's lots more to sci-fi than Doctor Who, but this makes me really want to see your 15-minute film, because I love the trailer. I love just understanding the backstory behind how you make one of these things as well. So I really hope it all comes together for you, Sam. And please, please, please let us know when it does, and we'll get back in touch and help you promote it as well. So well done so far. And I know you're only halfway there, perhaps only even a quarter of the way there, but there's a bit of support there for you, and good luck with it all.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Great to have you there. And well done, Simon, for helping Sam on his journey as well. Okay, well, let's switch from sci-fi to other forms of storytelling. And this is Emily Hennessy, who runs the beautiful Stealing Thunder Festival, which is taking place in June this year. Emily, tell us a bit about yourself. We've got a film, I think, of a previous festival to give people a flavour of what it's all about. And tell us a bit more about the festival.
We do. So So I work as a storyteller. I moved up from Kent about 10 years ago, up to a little village, Carmelfell, near Kendal. And as a storyteller, I was kind of traveling a lot. My husband is a storyteller as well and a musician. And we both found ourselves kind of just on the road a lot of the time, going off and doing gigs and tours and festivals all over the place, which is fantastic. But gradually we thought, actually, we want to be doing more and more stuff here where we live. And so we started a little storytelling organization called Stealing Thunder, which is really all about just sharing stories and bringing storytellers together, running workshops. We run a storytelling club called Stealing Thunder Story Nights over in Brigstay Village Hall, which we've run for like the last decade. It's a monthly storytelling night, and we bring amazing artists, and we have open mic nights, and it's lovely. It's a really lovely community village hall event, and everyone eats cake and has a glass of wine. It's great. And then when Nick and I got married, being in the kind of storytelling music world, we have lots of storytelling music friends who all came up for our wedding, and we sort of just put everyone in the field, and we just had lots of tents and marquees and fires, and we just kind of invited people to bring something and let something happen. And there were just all these amazing performances that took place, and people coming together from all different walks of life, from all over the world. People were kind of coming into this field. People who, farmers who live up the road were suddenly doing lantern making workshops and listening to performances of like Beowulf with two Danish artists and storytellers and a watering can as the only prop. People who've never been to storytelling before. And after that kind of wedding festival happening, lots of people in the local area said, "Oh, you should do it again. That was so fantastic. You should make something like that happen again." And so we did. And so the video that you're going to see here is from our very first festival. This will be our third festival, but this is from the very first, which I think we've moved on quite a lot since then. But I think it captures something of the kind of celebration and the joy of the whole festival, really. Thunder Storytelling Festival came about, the idea of it came for our wedding. We had a festival when we got married over in that field there. We had loads of storytelling and loads of music, and lots of people from the local community, all of our local neighbours came along and talked about how wonderful it was, and have been asking us ever since when we're going to do something else.
Our wedding was a coming together of so many different worlds. This coming together of local people and people from other countries and other cultures just seems such a beautiful opportunity. Professionally, we travel so far, we know people from such extraordinary backgrounds that we kind of wanted to bring it all together, really.
Bring it into the village.
our community.
Yeah.
We run a storytelling club called Stealing Thunder Story Nights, which we started back in 2016.
We're building up a really lovely storytelling audience in this area, something that builds on that as well, a great celebration of stories and music and, coming together of all sorts of things.
On many drums, getting louder and faster. And it went on for an hour, and then it...
Well, I think one of the amazing things about storytelling is because it's improvisatory, because it responds to what's happening, it really accentuates the moment, and so whatever it meets, whatever it encounters, makes it magical. And I think these little, like this place where we're sitting now, right beside the beck. The other night there was a beautiful opportunity there's an opportunity for everyone to tell a story around the fire if they like, and we pass around this little golden stick, which is the
Thunderbolt.
So everyone gets a chance to steal some thunder. And this lady stood up from Lithuania and said, "I'd like to tell a Lithuanian folktale." And it was beautiful, and people were so. And we couldn't. You can't schedule that. There it is. Somebody just shares something from their culture. It opens up, and it was a really beautiful moment.
So we just want to provide the spaces for that, really, to allow that to happen, to allow those amazing moments of sharing in the live experience to just flourish by themselves. And then, of course, also putting on a programme of what we know is absolutely fantastic storytelling shows.
What I've liked best is just seeing such brilliant storytellers. The country's best, really, and we have seen them all in this marvellous construction, the Fabularium, which is just quite magical when you get inside it.
It's just a great atmosphere, even though it rained quite a lot yesterday. It's been brilliant, and some really top-class quality storytellers.
Yeah.
There's been lots going on, some amazing food, just a lot of people all hanging out and really enjoying it. Really good for kids as well.
I've loved every minute of it. Apart even the rain, it doesn't matter really, because the indoor spaces are so gorgeous. Walking back from the festival last night and seeing the whole thing lit up, it was just such a spectacle. It was absolutely beautiful, it was magical. It was like a fairy kingdom in the distance.
And I've loved the friendliness of it, that you've got time in between to sit and have a cup of coffee or a beer and just chat to people, and you see faces you know and you get talking to people that you don't know. And there's a real community of storytellers and story listeners and people who are brand new to it, who have just said what a friendly little festival this is, and they hope it carries on next year.
Eat good food, make your fishy fat and fleshy. Eat good food, make your fishy fat and fleshy. Blackbird say, him no want a maga fishy. Cling cling say, if you get it in with techie. Eat good food, make your fishy fat and fleshy. Eat good food, make your fishy fat and fleshy.
There are so many little kind of playful things that we've got ideas for, from things that maybe didn't quite go to plan this year, or we didn't quite know how it was going to work, but we think, oh, next year we can have that. So we've had quite a lot of people asking us for when it will be happening again.
Lovely stuff. That was beautiful. What a nice film, Emily. Three things for me. Fabularium, what a great name for a space. Isn't it weird to see rain? Because we haven't seen any rain for about 2 weeks. And bunting. There isn't enough bunting in the world.
I think bunting, and my favourite thing for the last festival was solar-powered fairy lights. I bought an insane amount of solar-powered fairy lights, and we just covered the entire village. The whole fields were just full of beautiful twinkly lights. So I'm very excited about putting those up again. It's basically my putting on a festival is an excuse for me to put out a lot of fairy lights, really.
Someone just asked, Julie asked, what's the instrument at the start of that? Can you remember at the start of the start of the film?
Oh,
You
the
called it a
very
cat.
first one, the sort of trumpet sounding one. I think it's I'll have to check on that. It's
All
Vicky
right.
Swan and Johnny Dyer. They're amazing musicians. I think it's some kind of Scandinavian trumpet, but I will.
All right. Well, if you find out before the end of the call, pop it into chat. Amy's got a question, Emily.
Hi, Emily. That was really lovely to see that video, and it struck me how animated all of the storytellers were. You know, they were really using their arms and sort of painting a picture almost. And that just made me wonder if you ever do sign language, you know, if you ever have storytellers on doing stories in sign language, because it almost seemed like that, you know.
Yeah, we do. We have we don't have storytellers telling in sign language, although I think that would be such an interesting thing to work with. But a lot of storytellers are very physical and very expressive, so you can almost read the story. But we do also have someone coming this year who will be doing a BSL alongside the performances, which is really mesmerizing to watch. In fact, quite often we find that people are kind of looking over on the side because they're watching the signer rather than watching the performer, because it's just, yeah, it's quite magical and an amazing skill to be able to sign, because it's, you know, it's stories which are that the signer won't have heard before, so they are just working with what they are, you know, with what they're hearing. Yeah, so this will be so we had another festival two years ago. We were very lucky then to have glorious Cumbrian weather rather than wet Cumbrian weather. And then this will be our third this year. It kind of it doesn't have people sort of say, oh, is it going to happen every year? But it sort of happens when I feel like doing it, really, when I kind of forget how much work it is to put on a festival, and remember all the good things, and then I go, oh yeah, I'm going to put in an Arts Council application and see what happens.
So when is it this year, Emily?
So it is 3 days over the summer solstice. So it's the 20th till the 22nd of June. So we start on the Friday late afternoon, and then we carry on until Sunday night. So people can either come for the whole weekend, we've got a campsite, or people can get a day ticket and just come for the day, you know, come for the evening, come for the shows. And we've got an amazing lineup this year. Actually, our theme is sort of Scandinavian midsummer. So we are bringing over our fantastic Great Danes who do the production of Beowulf, who came to our wedding. Beowulf with one watering can, it's just sublime. And then we've got artists from Finland and Sweden is coming over as well. Stories from the Finnish national epic, the forests, and yeah, all sorts of amazing stuff. So there's a lot of stuff for the main program is aimed at an adult audience, but we also have a jam-packed program for children of all ages as well. Ragtag going to be there, and lots of amazing Northwest workshop facilitators and story walks, and yeah, all sorts.
Why is it called Stealing Thunder?
Say that again.
Why is it called Stealing Thunder?
It actually I was actually going to use it for a show that I was working on of coyote stories, trickster stories, where there is a story where he steals the thunder. But of course, there is the term, you know, stealing thunder, when you steal someone's thunder. And we liked it because it links to the elements. You know, you've got the thunder. It makes me think of the thunder gods in Norse mythology, Thor and stuff. But also that kind of playful thing of, you know, you steal someone's thunder with the next story that you jump up to tell, kind of encouraging people to jump up and steal someone else's thunder. But it's, you know, it's playful, really.
Nice.
It's nothing
competitive. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Emily, for joining us this morning. It sounds like a great festival lined up for June. I love the fact that you're getting people from all over bits of Europe that perhaps you don't often get people from to come and share their skills with you. Yeah, good luck with it. What keeps you awake at night organising it?
Well, I'm a storyteller. I'm not a a festival lead organizer, really. And so usually it's the budget and just going, oh my God, what massive thing have I messed up? What huge thing have I forgotten to put in? And so usually that.
All right. Well, I'm sure that you'll get there in the end, and it'll be fine.
Thank you.
And the books will balance, and that'll all be good. So there's a link. Aim's put a link into the festival in the chat. Helen says it's a brilliant name. I agree with you. And good luck with it. And may the weather gods be kind this year as well. I'm sure they will be.
Thank you. Thanks, Tom.
All right. Thanks very much, Emily. Right, well, let's go. We're now going to go to Kuala Lumpur because that's where Chris Holmes is waiting patiently to talk to us. Chris was the High Sheriff of Cumbria. I think it's a year that you get to be High Sheriff for, Chris.
Yes, the King appoints a High Sheriff for every county for 1 year only. And that, I mean, this is quite significant given the fact of Cumbria hasn't got a flag or a community flag. And so my year of office finished on the 27th of March. I am also a deputy lieutenant, which enables me to carry on with the flag because to have a community flag, it's normally through the lieutenancy office or the High Sheriff, both royal appointments, so to speak, in conjunction with the council. So yes, how it all kicked off was I got an email from somebody to say, we haven't got a Cumbrian flag. I said, yes, we have. And like many, many people, I think they do think there's a Cumbrian, but it isn't the Cumbrian flag. It's the Cumberland flag. And as such, that's the historic county of Cumberland. And there's a historic flag for Cumberland, as there is also for Westmoreland. And I think the important thing,
the Cumberland flag. So just the Cumberland flag has the white flower on it, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely, yeah, and the stripes.
Yeah.
And strange that 3 or 4 years ago, there was a Cumbria Day which was held, and one of the Carlisle MP and Lord Pickles held the Cumberland flag upside down out of the House of Parliament as the Cumbria flag. And so I think if you ask most people, does Cumbria have a flag? I think a lot of people think yes, but it doesn't. It has a royal banner. And that royal banner, as such, is not for people to fly in the gardens or fly wherever they might be in the world. And by the way, it's raining in Kuala Lumpur and rather envious of all the sunshine you're getting. But that's how it first came to light. Somebody asking, can we have a Cumbrian flag? So I did quite a lot of research and I got somebody involved as a person that studies vexiology. And he's called a vexillologist. And he's called Philip Tibets. He works for the Flag Institute. And he's an absolute brilliant character. Anything he doesn't know about flags it just doesn't sort of, his knowledge is just unbound. The thing about a flag, he said, the design has got to be, if possible, a good design of a flag is when you fly it, the wind isn't blowing and it's hanging down, you can still recognize it. And also when the wind is blowing, it wavers in the wind. And so there's quite a lot to it. But the most important thing is everybody in Cumbria's got the opportunity of designing a flag. And I have had, in fairness, a few people say we've got one, a few people saying, well, yeah, I want the old historic flag of Cumberland to fly. I want the old historic flag of Westmoreland to fly. It's not taking those two flags away. It's there to be flown alongside if people wish to do so. But a community flag is one that can be flown in Cornwall, Kent, Kuala Lumpur, wherever you might be. And so I think it's quite exciting. And because Cumbria's been on the go now for 50 years, and it's about time it did have a flag. And so this is why we've formed this competition, which is live now. So I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you might have and try and answer them.
So yeah, if there's any questions, stick your hand up. I know here in Nottinghamshire, where I am now, they I think they ran a competition using the local radio station, and they came up with a flag with Robin Hood as a sort of silhouette of Robin Hood on the flag. And I think they did the same in Suffolk. I'm not sure what they came up with there. But so counties definitely do have flags, don't they? These community flags.
Oh, counties do have flags, yeah. I think, Cumbria is the 48. It's one of the 48 community counties, and it's the third largest. And I think I was just thinking earlier what a great presentation that Sam had, and Sam was probably born in Cumbria, and as such, he wouldn't have a flag he could fly on his birthday if he so wished, or on his film if he so wished, or if somebody wished to do a Cumbria brand on products, there isn't one. So I think there's a lot of merit in getting a good flag designed.
And do you think that with the local government reorganisation that took place 18 months ago or so, maybe it's 2 years now, isn't it? There's a sense that we need to sort of be a bit smarter in thinking of this concept of Cumbria and keeping the concept of Cumbria alive a bit more. And perhaps a flag is one way of doing that.
I think absolutely right. I mean, Cumbria is a great county, and I think whatever happens in politics, I don't think it's going to change. Cumbria will remain Cumbria for a good number of years, and its history actually goes a lot further back than 50 years ago. But its current history is from 50 years, from 1974. So yes, I do think so, and I think it helps unify, and it gives an opportunity to celebrate the success that Cumbria has. And I mean, we heard this morning, the arts, all these charities that are working, all these people were putting together. It'd be great if we had one flag that everybody could use for special occasions.
Okay. Yeah, Amy's just put there. I think lots of people are still quite confused about the whole Cumbria, Cumberland, Westmoreland, and Furness, shenanigans. That perhaps those of us. So Cumbria Arts and Culture Network was set up about 6 or 7 years ago, and
Yes.
we kind of had a bit of a conversation internally about, gosh, well, with the local government organisation, do we stay as Cumbria or not? And we decided to stay with Cumbria. I think there is confusion out there still about what this place is in which we are based, called.
I think when the design is completed and the panel have decided what they think is the best that suits the county of Cumbria, it's a great opportunity to demonstrate this is Cumbria, this is the flag of Cumbria, these are the royal, and we'll probably fly alongside when it happens the ancient historical flags of Cumberland and Westmoreland, so that everybody can see very clearly Cumbria is the county. And if you put on your post, it's Cumbria, is where anybody that's born after the 1974, on their birth certificate, it will say County of Birth Cumbria. So I think it will help clear an awful lot of things up. The fact that it will get publicised, this is Cumbria. And for those, the people living in the south of the county, they're saying they're fed up of people flying this Cumberland flag because they're in Westmoreland and they want a Cumbria flag. So there's awful lot of people with a desire to have it. I think the fact if there is a mayor of Cumbria, that flag can be then flown behind him, and that takes away a lot of doubt that people may have in the mind.
Yeah. Okay. And are there any sort of front runners of what the design might include at this stage?
No, we haven't seen any because we've not had any. Well, I haven't seen any anyway, and I won't see until I get back. But there are certain guidance that we have put out, of which is a good flag. Try to keep within 3 colours. And I think that's quite important. And keep it simple, so that the message gets across. Because the banner currently, the banner of the Cumbria Council, it's got a bit of Yorkshire on it, a bit of Lancashire on it. Things that were sort of taken or given to Cumbria when it was formed, and it's a little cluttered. I think it's something. If you look at other counties' flags, something where yes, you recognise that's the Cumbrian flag, and yes.
Okay, so again, that theme of less is more seems to be emerging again.
So keep it simple, keep it distinct.
Yeah,
but I'm not an expert, but we've got quite a few experts on the panel. It's open to everybody. It's open to school children. Every single person in the county can design the flag.
Okay. Amy's put in the link to the competition in chat. It's April the 25th, the closing date, Chris. Is that right?
April 25th, correct? Yes.
Okay. And then when might the new design emerge and be unveiled?
Well, then it's got to go through the panel. It's quite a lot of things to be gone through. But we're hoping that it will all be ready for a special day later in the summer, when it's all sorted out. But it's important we get the best design. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity to create a flag.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah. If anyone's got any questions, raise your hands. I'm just looking about one or two things in the chat. Jonathan says, what about the Cumberland flag and the Westmoreland on the other? that would have the advantage of annoying the Yorkshiremen who we unwillingly dragooned into Cumbria. Or just keep the Cumberland flag for all, as Cumbria just degenerated into Carlisle County. Yeah, that's an interesting view, Jonathan. Thank you.
Cumberland was a small part of what is now Cumbria, and Cumbria is the third largest county in the UK and deserves its own flag. Historical flags should remain and should be flown alongside. Totally in agreement with that. Upsetting Yorkshiremen, something I wouldn't like to do.
Okay. Do you think, Ian asks, are you looking for a contemporary or a more traditional look?
I think it depends on what comes forward. We're not prejudging it because I think it would be wrong to do so, and because there's a lot of people will put a lot of effort in. We hope to putting their design forward.
So open to all sorts.
Open to all sorts, yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, it sounds interesting, and I'll be intrigued to see what comes out, and also I'll be intrigued to see what the take up is once it emerges, and how that is then, hopefully adopted, or well, let's see whether people adopt it, because it's got to be liked, hasn't it? It's got to be wanted.
Absolutely got to be liked. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I think also the fact that the way everything's heading, it's looking like there will be a Mer for Cumbria, and I think that your original point that will reinforce the fact that Cumbria is here. Cumbria's history is here to stay. And so is the flag. So we need to make sure it's a good one, and we need to get as many people as possible entering into the competition. And then we've got a greater chance of getting a great flag.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, Chris, thanks very much for coming on and telling us about it. Enjoy the rest of your travels in far-flung parts of the world. And maybe we'll get you back on again once we unveil the flag and we get a reflection of what people think about it. It'd be great.
That would be a pleasure, and good luck with the two other people. It sounds very, very interesting. Very, very impressed. Both presentations. It's very well done.
It's a smorgasbord of creative delights that we have here in Cumbria to offer to the world.
Great.
That's
I hope
everybody. Thanks. Thanks very much, Chris. Okay, and the line stayed up as well, which is great. Just before you go, Derek's just observing that Cumbria has its roots centuries ago, despite what some politicians choose to pretend. It's worth reading Paul Eastham on the subject Hidden Cumbria Histories. That's a great Derek Cannon comment. Thank you, Derek, for that. Do you know that book, Chris?
No. I will now.
All right. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks, Derek. All right. Well, thank you very much to everybody. It's 10:23. We're going to finish a couple of minutes early this week. Next week, by the way, is Good Friday. So we won't be having a call next Friday because I'll be having the week off, but we'll be coming back again in 2 weeks' time. And so far, I've lined up Carlisle Cathedral's first ever jazz festival is taking place this summer, and we'll be talking to the Dean of Carlisle Cathedral about that, and hopefully also one of the musicians taking part. So that's in 2 weeks' time, on the 25th of April. But next week is Good Friday, so I hope you get a decent Easter break. And enjoy a bit of a line on Friday. I will. But thank you very much this morning to Emily, to Sam, and to Chris. I love the fact we've had a storytelling festival, a sci-fi film, and a flag. I mean, that's a nice smorgasbord of delights for creativity in Cumbria for this week. Thank you very much for your time this morning, everybody. I hope you enjoy the sunshine. It might break on Sunday, they say, don't they? My sweet peas are asking for some water. So Sunday might be the day when a bit of rain comes down, but I think it gets nice again after that. So we'll see what happens. Chris, good luck with your whatever you've been building in the background. It looks fascinating. I don't know, is it part of the Dave Day motorbike wooden frame thing?
Yeah, this is the other side of the booth that's going to be, but it needs to open out, so I'm adding hinges to it. But yeah,
okay.
It's a lot to do.
I can't wait to see how that all transpires. Thank you. Good to see everybody. Enjoy the sunshine. Catch you again in a couple of weeks' time. Cheers.